What's up, my team degenerates and pre-workout addicts? Welcome to another episode of the Toxic Gym Talk, the only fitness podcast brave enough to discuss the real dangers in the gym. You would think steroids, dry scooping pre-workout, ego lifting. I am talking about the most dangerous thing in any commercial gym, developing a gym crush. Because a lot of you thought that developing a gym crush would make a gym experience more interesting, more fun. All of a sudden, you end up developing a new workout plan, fashion taste, personality, and anxiety disorder. Yeah, and gym crushes start small, like baby steps. First, you see their car at the parking lot and you get those little butterflies. And then the next minute, you plan outfits, you rehearse conversations in your head and rearranging your training program just so you could be around. I thought Mondays were your favorite, the National Chest Day. And now you're doing glutes? What happened to religiously skipping leg days? I mean, good for you. But why is it that every workout ends up next to her? And you have been rehearsing what you're going to tell her for like 3 months straight. The line is, are you using this? Easy. But when the opportunity comes, you blow it up. And let's be honest, then perfect opportunity never comes. No, because she's there busy training, bettering herself, and you're there staring, blink, motherfucker. Why don't you just grow up in prayer and go ask her if she's using that bench? Spoiler alert, she's clearly not. But trust me, like looking a little awkward for a few minutes is way better than looking like Ted Bundy with a gym membership. For the last 3 months, you've been doing eye contact across the room while the entire conversation could have been, hey, are you using this? Worst case scenario, she says no. Best case scenario, you get her number. Current scenario, she's texting her friend, hey, there's this weird guy that keeps appearing next to me every time I'm using a different machine. So let me just give you some advice on how to not approach the gym crush. Because gentlemen, there are rules, okay? Let's start with rule number 1. Do not interrupt a rep. Especially if you see her being on the Smith machine doing squats. I don't care how beautiful she is. This is not your time, okay? Like nothing says future restraining order than somebody coming up to you when you're literally fighting for your life. Second rule, do not become the gym helper nobody asked for. Can I help you with your form? Bro, she didn't ask you. And neither did anybody else, okay? Unless somebody's like currently under a barbell. The great Joe Swole said, do better, mind your own business. Third rule, do not orbit. Yeah, you know what orbit means. It's when a guy mysteriously appears near a woman for 2 hours straight. She's at the cables, he's at the cables. She's at dumbbells, he's at dumbbells. She's doing lunges, all of a sudden, he's doing lunges for the first time in his life. Let me give you some advice on how to actually approach a gym crush. The best gym approach is boring. Yes, you heard it right. And that is actually the why nobody does it. Because you have to become familiar first. You say hi. You don't act like a psychopath. You don't stare. You don't follow. You just act like a human being. Yeah, a very, very rare skill in a commercial gym. Hey, like after a few interactions, you ask a question, maybe after the gym, maybe say hi. That's it. No performance, no marriage proposals, just a normal conversation, which ironically is harder than lifting 500 pounds. And let's say you have the interaction and it actually works. We're going to move to part 4, the gym relationship fantasy. Now let's say that it works, okay? Congratulations. You made it. The fantasy, the dream. You got a gym crush. You're now like the fitness power couple and everything feels amazing. You train together, you meal prep together, you take cute little gym selfies together, and everybody's jealous. Life is good. Yeah, for about 6 months, because that's when the reality hits. And let's move to part 5, because that's the dark side that nobody talks about. You thought that you're just dating somebody from the gym. Suddenly, your relationship is not your business anymore. It's content, because the gym bros watching, the friends watching, the influencer is watching, the front desk staff is watching, even that weird guy that never puts his weights away knows about your relationship. And everybody's like, oh, I love this for you. No, they don't. No, they're watching the same way people are watching NASCAR. They're not here for the driving. They're here for the crash. And guess what? When you two have a little argument, the gym gossip spreads faster than pre-workout diarrhea. And let's move to the next part because it's coming. The breakup. You break up. Good luck. Because now going to the gym has become an emotional warfare. You don't even know what anxiety is until you see the car parked on the parking lot. Immediately, your heart rate goes from 70 to 120, and you haven't even touched pre-workout yet. You walk in, and there they are. You go to the squat rack, there they are. You go to the water fountain, if there's any, and there they are. You go hide at the stretching area. You never do that. There they are. At this point, it's not working out. No. It's like Hunger Games gym edition. Like literally working out at this point should be qualified as an extreme sport. Forget the Spartan race. Try hitting legs when your ex is talking to another guy by the cable machine. You need insane amount of emotional strength. Like the amount of self-control required to not switch gyms, change your training schedule, dye your hair, move to another state, and fake your own death is absolutely elite. And the worst part is that everybody notices too. Your gym bros go start, oh, she's here. Thanks, Sherlock. Yeah, I noticed when my soul left my body at the parking lot. And let's move to the final part, the social media. Because as if the embarrassment wasn't enough in the gym, now you have to face the ultimate challenge, changing your status and deleting pretty much half of your Instagram. Because let's just be honest, the last 6 months, it was pretty much couple selfies, matching outfits, and hashtags couples goals. What happened? I thought she was the one. I thought that I was going to be invited to a wedding. Now your stories are full of solos, the opposite of couple selfies, thirst traps, like you're auditioning to go to the Love Island, motivational quotes, and hashtags like focused on myself. And my absolute favorite, I am going to be taking some time off from social. Time off for social? No, you're not. You're just hiding until people stop asking, what happened to Jessica? Because that's the real nightmare. It's not the breakup. No, it's the 27 people in your gym who are going to ask about it over the next 3 months. But here's the truth, okay? Dating somebody from the gym can be amazing. You guys have the same goals, the same lifestyle, shared understanding. You both know why eating chicken and rice 6 times a day makes total sense. But you have to understand the risk, because if things go south, you don't just lose a relationship. You could potentially lose your favorite gym, your routine, your peace, your ability to enjoy a chest day without emotional flashbacks. The gym should be your sanctuary, your therapy, your escape. You can't risk it. So if you have a gym crash, I don't say shoot your shot, go for it. But always remember, don't be creepy, be normal, stay toxic, stay jacked. And remember, if you have a gym crash, we can tell.